it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Vinkesh Gulati, Vice President ASDC Chairman, Academy Research and Partner FADA. He is a prominent figure in the automotive industry, has played a crucial role in FADA's growth, boasting a strong background in business leadership and commitment to developing talent and teamwork. He will brief us about vehicle demand in shifting towards environmentally conscious and technologically advanced options. The stage is all yours, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow enthusiasts of the automobile sector, which is in the process of transition towards alternate energy. It's an honor to address you all at this August gathering where AICT has organized a roundtable, and even CBSE is here to discuss about future of automobile and along with that the skilling sector in auto. We have seen close to negligible innovation for the past many decades in automobile since we started this ICE engine. But for the past a decade or so, there had been a lot of new changes happening, and those are not small changes. If around 10 years back, if I would have discussed somebody that the vehicles will drive on water or even sodium, they would have laughed on me. But today, the research is happening. There are already people who have tried vehicle running on hydrogen, which we clearly say as water, obviously not exactly water. And there is a process, or there is an R&D going on setting a battery lab which is made by sodium. So things have transitioned well and really fast changing. And obviously wherever such changes happen and when it is very rapid, the biggest problem for the industry is talent. And that is where ASDC comes in. No doubt, we don't say that we have already achieved a lot, but it's baby steps towards a big future where skilling is important in the auto sector. And going further, you will find that the auto sector is already a most complex structure where we require a lot of information, skilling and knowledge to understand how things goes away. So there are other industry friends who will update you that around 20 years back, if you want to hire an employee for a manufacturing unit, you normally used to go to the core branches, electric or mechanical. But today, computer science has become the most important branch for any recruitment. And if you are well versed with AI, you are the icing on the cake. Mechatronics being one of the latest thing which is becoming the hep word in the recruitment in the engineering foray, because the vehicles now are not mere engine and drive line or transition. It's more like you can say an iPhone on wheels. And the major issue what we dealers are also facing is not when a vehicle comes for repair is related to engine or black smoke. Today the major issues are related to ECUs, semiconductors and vehicle malfunctioning because some link of wire has been broken because of some mistake. And that is where these type of roundtables and discussions help us a lot. So again, thank you to AICT, because the way AICT is associating with us, we'll be covering majority of our students who look forward to having degree courses after their normal 12th, their boards. And if we are able to successful in this media, the students will look towards auto as a great career with the help of CBSE and AICT. And that is where ASDC is hoping most. So let's discuss the most recent fact. You know, electric vehicles started in 1828, but obviously going further, it lost the feel of that, and people shifted towards fuel and came the Ice Age engine. But again, it started, and first mass-produced hybrid was by Toyota in 1997, and then Tesla came in 2006, and everything changed. We were talking of EV adoption, which changed by Tesla coming as a pure EV company and which made a mark in the auto sector. So if I talk about Indian EV industry, it's still in a nascent stage. We are at a very low percentage if I talk on cars, it's below 2. Two-wheelers is still better when we talk about still below 10. The best in category which is shifting towards electric vehicle is three-wheeler, which is more than half. Last month it was around 60%, which is a great thing. But obviously that is controlled by the government restriction, so the shift is happening fast. Uh, Another category which is improving in a fast way is the bus category, the passenger movement, which is controlled by government, the UPSRTCs and Delhi buses and all. Those are becoming electric fast, and the more upgradation, or you can say change, is happening is on the commercial segment, but it's more related to hydrogen being tested than electric vehicles. So India is still in a nascent stage, and the scope is huge. There have been many stories, many researchers which has happened. So if you see the report by International Energy Agency, which has compared that by the year 2030, the Indian EV market will be similar to China. And by doing this report, they have given a big hope and big improvement in the market of automobile. It means we'll be selling equal numbers with China by 2030, and that is what the auto industry is looking for. We are growing by with a very good percentage, and as auto industry is the major part of manufacturing GDP, it's more than 45%. And if I talk about overall, we are around 12% of GST, which Indian government gets. So if that improves and we reach that 2030 level of China, you can easily understand where Indian economy will go with that. Another enlightening report which came from Niti Aayog said that India could burgeon into a $300 billion industry by the same year, which is huge. Anybody who is related to auto will obviously benefit, even if it is manufacturers or component manufacturers or trainers or dealers or even educational institutions who are working of making more auto input ready manpower. So that is where we are looking at the collaboration between AISGC and CBSE, so that we are not caught off guarded. We are ready with those kind of manpower or those kind of skills which is needed to support this industry with the growth we are looking forward to. So as per there is another economic survey of 2023 by Government of India, which gives a CAGR of 49% between 22 to 30. I haven't in my life heard about such good CAGR in any industry. So all this talk to tell you that this is the industry you should be in, and the tie-up which we are doing today, the roundtable which we are doing today, we all want to be the part of that strategy where we help you, the candidates, the students, for the future setting of this auto industry. And obviously, we are currently also at the scarcity of talent. With the current growth of 10-15% in car industry, we are increasing around 25% or 20% of manpower every year. And that is where the problem is. All the dealers, all the manufacturers are trying to set up training institutions and every other thing to support it. But as you go further, you see that poaching is becoming a bigger problem. So this is where we are looking at that this kind of roundtable helps us get more manpower, which is good for our skilling, helps us in reaching this industry figures, the CAGR better. So that is where we think of. I'm again thanking AICTE for giving this support. And as we embark in this exciting journey towards a sustainable and electrified future, let us remember the EV revolution is not just about vehicles. It's about building a brighter, cleaner, and most prosperous future for our nation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insights. Now, I would like to call Mr. Dharam Rakshit, Senior General Manager HR for Hero MotoCorp Limited. He is an accomplished HR leader with diverse industry experience, a global perspective, and a passion for HR coaching, mentorship, and travel. He has worked with several prominent companies throughout his 2-decade career. He is recognized as one of the 50 HR thought leaders of the country by 2020 by HETHR. He will give his insights on automotive manufacturers ensure compliance with changing safety and environmental regulation, though ongoing adoption. The stage is all yours, sir.
Very good afternoon to everyone, and thank you AICT, CBSE and ASDC for giving us this opportunity to interact with you. And the topic which has been raised to us is quite a burning and hot topic, because when the core engineering is dying, at the same time the other engineering branches are growing, it is not good, because we need to create a balance. So I represent the automotive sector, and in this very context, I will like to showcase. So there are a couple of the context, if you see this thing, how the auto industry, as actually the snapshots are there. So their current value is the US dollar $81.3 billion. This is the industry, the overall picture. I'm talking about globally kind of things. And you see this in the contribution to the India GDP is at 12%. And at the same time, you see this thing, the auto industries are also very much labor intensive. So we deploy almost the larger chunk of the manpower in the entire industry. So it is holistically, if you start seeing this thing, there's a huge income opportunity, huge remuneration opportunity, and the employment opportunities are there. In this very context, let's see this thing, how the agenda is shaping up. And the agenda is shaping up very interestingly. If you see this thing, we are having the sustainability driven the regulatory environments, which actually disrupt the entire kind of things. We moved from the BS3 to BS4 to BS6, and now we are moving to EV. Then after going forward, we are also thinking, the auto industry is also thinking to move to the hydrogen and other alternative fuels. That is the kind of the emerging agenda which is coming up. The disruptions coming from the technical sides, because a lot of the technical changes are there. When the Tesla is talking about the automatic driving kind of the vehicle, at the same time, at the two-wheeler, we are also thinking what kind of the technological advancement requires, because the question here is coming very interestingly. The questions are very interesting kind of things, that the customer's preference and the desires are completely changing, and the industry needs to be meeting with those very expectation agenda. Moreover, the geopolitical changes are also disrupting, because of supply chain disruptions we find it during the COVID time, during the Ukraine crisis, now the Israel crisis. We are finding this thing, the entire systems are completely changing, and the auto industry needs to gear up, because in the recent past we faced the chip crisis. So these are the kind of things. And then after you see this thing from the employee perspective point of view, we are seeing this in the compliances mindset, the training and awareness. We are also seeing this in advanced safety features which are emerging out, over and above the innovation, sustainability and global alignment, which are the need of the hour. But we should not be forgetting about the employee wellness. And when I'm talking about the employee wellness, it is the holistic entire ecosystem, physical, social, mental, every kind of the wellness is required. Now let's see this thing. When we are talking about the sustainability driven regulations, environment, social and governance, these are three important levers kind of things. You see that largely the auto industries are working the SDG kind of the 12 pillars the auto industry works kind of things. And in this way, the questions, one of the major kind of things which is coming and compelling business needs for the auto industry, the zero emissions. And from zero emissions, what we actually mean, the human caused the emissions as well as the industry mechanical kind of a thing. Both are creating the net zero emissions kind of things. I will not devote much, because the agenda is something else, and I need to move forward more to like the thing. So let's see this thing. I'm just coming back to the agenda, and I'm just trying to map how the auto industry gives the employment opportunity. Larger employment opportunities are coming from the 40%, almost coming from the engineering side. Rest 60% are from the different fragment. And when I am talking about the engineering and design and manufacturing and production, is altogether 65%. 65% are coming from the core industry, core engineering kind of a thing. So it's not coming from the IT, ITS kind of thing, but rather the core electric, mechanical, electronics, mechatronics. These are actually the maximum, the demography, the population is concentrated here. So there is a huge employment opportunity lies with like this thing if you are doing with the core engineering background, if you are coming. Okay. Now let's see this thing. There are the variety of the job opportunities are available. You see this the workman side. I will start from the bottom of the pyramid. 10th pass, because of some people cannot pursue the after the 10th due to the variety of the regions they are drop out. They are also having the opportunity through either to directly getting a job to the 10th or 12th through the ASDC or different models or ITI or the vocational training kind of a thing. These are the opportunities also available. At the same time, you see this thing, diploma engineers. They are also coming at the junior management level. They are the huge opportunity emerging out, because when the core engineering people are not coming, then I find this pie is actually increasing day by day. Then you have the other opportunity are the people join from the core engineering like the mechanical, electronics, mechatronics kind of a things. They join the middle management and they start slowly growing up in their career. So these are the career opportunities which lies with the automotive sectors. Now see this thing. As an industry, we make the people aware about the core engineering and how we facilitate to enter into, because there is a huge demand in the industry, and many of the time it so happens when the demands are there and supply is low. So the initiatives which has been taken by the most of the automotive industry, we create the direct and indirect kind of things. Direct, if you see this thing, internship opportunity. Then after we have the tie-up with the ASDC, we have a tie-up with the engineering colleges. We go for the campus hiring. We also go to participate in the curriculum designing for the various kind of the engineering colleges. We are designing, we also provide the vocational training to those very students. These are our direct method by which we try to influence the larger masses to come and join us. In the indirect way, we encourage the people to visit our factories. We go to the different campus outreach. We also talk to the various schools also. Okay, because we are invited and we go also and we talk of how the automotive industry actually look like and what kind of the things are emerging out. Social media campaign, you will find the thing LinkedIn, Facebook, everywhere, and the Twitter. We always be there and we try to promote kind of things, because again I am going by demand and supply gap kind of thing. Now see this thing. What are the top 10 skills which are emerging out, courtesy by the World Economic Forums? And you see this thing, although the analytical thinking and innovations are number one, but there are the other kind of things, and there my thing when we are talking about the core engineering, at the same time it is also required to give the certain managerial inputs, because ultimately everyone has to aspirations to grow up in their career. They don't want to remain at the soft floor and for larger period of time. They don't want to put their hands dirty, and that is the influencing factor for IT and ITS. Okay, and that's why they are getting influenced. So I will just give the opportunity. One is the OEM, second is the component makers. They have the also opportunity, but a huge opportunity is also lying with the sales and after sales. And there you find, speaking the formal way, we are not actually addressing their issues. And the moment they start having the formal way to addressing their issues, where the opportunities for the 10th pass or the 11th or dropouts or the marginal class of the people, they are having the good opportunity, and then perhaps they can migrate from here to here to here to there kind of. So now you see this thing. I am just using the how we can create the integrated courses for the people who are in the marginal class. Very interesting. When a marginal person who has the two compelling needs, whether I should go for learning or I should start earning. Okay, and the dual mode of education actually works together, and we have the very success story. You have the use cases. We are finding it very interesting. In the last 2-3 years, we have deployed around the 1430 ASDC students who are the 10th pass, and out of the 1430, 1400 are directly employed by very good industries. 15 are self-employed, and 15 has gone for the higher education. This is the success story about. And if you see this thing, we have a tie-up with the ASDC, we have a tie-up with the ITI, we have a tie-up with the SPSU and AMCA, YMCA. We have the various tie-ups where we go, we talk about what the industry requirements are there, we help them to develop their curriculum and the agenda, and then after we take the inputs are also there. Now I will just go to the last story. This is a use case. One of the marginal person, he was having he was in a dilemma that whether I should start earning but he was a good learner. He joined through the ASDC, and then his career progressions happened. He participated in the World Skillathon. He went to Sweden to represent India. Although he could not got the medal, but he was the person who got, and finally he has been absorbed by us. He is now a trainer with us. He is giving the training to the engineers also. That is the success story of that very guy. So, and a couple of the more success stories are of the same kind of things. Another lady, she challenged the entire glass ceiling by doing this thing. She became the building champion. She was also a SDC student. Okay, and that is the story, and that's why I think the full plate, if you start seeing this thing, we have the immense opportunity and immense potentials to absorb the core engineering students. We have the immense opportunity also to provide to grow up in their career ladders. And this is the way, like I think the people should not be only focusing on the emerging needs, because both can become complementary and supplementary to each other. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your views. Now,